Well, now let's go back to our breaking news story about American Airlines. And we believe that flights are now returning to normal. My colleague David Waddell, our business reporter, is just monitoring this. So, David, just bring us up to date with what we know, because obviously the situation now changing very swiftly.
It's very early in the day in the US. On the East Coast, it's just gone 8 o'clock. On the West Coast, it's just gone 5 a.m. But of course, it's Christmas Eve, really busy time for travellers all around the world, especially in the United States. And many passengers have been grounded on the runway or in airport terminals, not really knowing what's happening. And the details are a bit sketchy. We know that there was some kind of technical fault and that the Federal Aviation Administration grounded all American Airlines flights. So we don't have the detail of precisely what caused that. We do know that it's lifted that restriction, so those flights can now go ahead, but many, of course, may now be delayed or may have to be cancelled altogether despite that.
And David, we're just getting the FAA is saying that nationwide ground stop for American Airlines mains and subs has been cancelled. So that is, to your point then, of course, early in the day at the moment, but the FAA is saying that the ground stop, that grounding of those flights has been cancelled. Just in terms of American Airlines, this is a huge company.
Yeah, it's the biggest US carrier. In fact, it's the biggest airline in the world as measured by scheduled passengers carried, revenue, passenger per mile and daily flights. It operates 6,800 flights per day across the year, probably more on a day like today. I don't have that data, but to 350 destinations in 48 countries. You can see I've got all the data here, but a big disruption to all the passengers that would be carried on a day like this. We're not really clear on precisely what that disruption is at this stage. As I say, it's very early in the day in the US, but some passengers will have been disrupted already. As to whether there's further disruption, whether it means that some passengers won't make their destinations for Christmas, that much remains unclear.